So are you looking to buy a used Golf GTE, Passat GTE or Audi A3 E-Tron? Keep watching. Hi guys, welcome back to another video, and in this video I'm gonna show you what to look out for when buying a used Golf GTE, Passat GTE or Audi A3 E-Tron. I've managed to divide it into three sections. The first one is going to be general state of the car, just general things to look out for. The second thing is the recalls, something very important that you cannot overlook. And the third point is the warranty. Let's start by the first thing, general state of the car. People are very frightened of these cars because they tend to be very complex. And typically that is quite justified, they are pretty complex. So when you're looking for one of these cars, typically you want to look out for the general stuff first. The tires, the brakes, these are the things you can see when the car is just standing there. And what's very important is the service history. Let's check the books and see if the car has had all of its service done. This is very important in maintaining a good quality car and keep it in a good state. So see if these services have been done by the Volkswagen dealer themselves or by some cheap shop you've never heard of. This really tells something about what the previous owner has done with the car or has not done with the car. The regular services are every 15,000 kilometers, and every 15,000 kilometers you need to change the oil and the oil filter, and just a small inspection of the car, just the tires, the brakes, small stuff. Every 30,000 kilometers the car needs a larger inspection. This is also oil and the filter, but they're going to check more, see if the timing belt needs to be done, coolant, air filter, spark plugs, just stuff like that. Now these cars tend to be pretty reliable. Stuff doesn't break very often, but you want everything to be in good shape so you can have a good quality of ownership. If you buy one of these, there's a pretty high chance you won't encounter any problems at all. I've owned mine for 2 years now and I haven't had one single problem. I'm gonna knock on wood just for that. This car doesn't have any issues at all. It's not completely true. The first thing that is the creaking and squeaking of the suspension. It's not really an issue, it's more just an annoying thing. When you're driving over a speed bump, you can hear some squeaking or some creaking from the shock absorbers. This is not very serious, but what you need to do is every annual inspection, so every year, make sure those rubbers from the control arms are properly lubricated, and that will keep the squeaking away. Like I said, not harmful, it's just annoying. Some other thing is a bit more serious is the turbocharger. These cars have a start-stop system that cannot be disabled, and that will stop the lubrication going to the turbo. And this is not really good for your turbo. And this is also one of the reasons people tune their cars so that the start-stop system is disabled, conserving your turbo's life. Another thing that's a bit more serious is the gearbox. Now on a very, very rare occasion, the gearbox breaks down. Not the gearbox itself, so not the clutches, but the mechatronic unit. It's not really clear why this happens. Like I said, it's on a very rare occasion, but if this happens to you, the car will not go any further and you're gonna have to replace this unit. If you go to the Volkswagen dealer, they will say you need a full new gearbox, and this can cost you up to 10,000 euros. It's really insane. If you get the mechatronic unit done, only that part, you're looking at about 2,000 to 4,000 for a unit and getting it installed. But that means you don't have to change to a new gearbox. So that's the first point, general state and repairs. The second point is the recalls. This is very important that your Golf GTE has all the recalls done. This is not always very clear when looking for one, but if you need clearance, just write down the chassis number or the VIN number and call Volkswagen and see what the status is, if it has any more recalls outstanding or open or whatever, or everything has been done nice. There's one specific recall that is about the isolation liner of the high voltage battery, which is very important. You have to get that done. If not, moisture can get inside the high voltage battery and basically destroying it. And in some cases, if you had this recall done, they will even give you a brand new battery. So that's always good news. Typically, these high voltage batteries last a long time. I have not heard of a single instance of where it just failed. They last a long time. I've heard of GTEs hitting over 300,000 kilometers, which is a lot, still on its original battery. You don't have to be very afraid. Generally, these cars and their high voltage batteries are pretty reliable. And the third point, which is the last point, is the warranty. If you buy one, fork over some extra cash and go for one with the warranty. You have factory warranty on the high voltage component, so that is the battery, the hybrid system, the electric motor. All of those very expensive parts have factory warranty up to 8 years or 160,000 kilometers, whichever is reached first. Now, I've discussed the three most important things: the general state with the repairs, the recalls, and the warranty. I hope it's pretty clear by now that you should take these things into consideration. And as a sort of a bonus, I've also been getting questions about the tunability of these cars. I can confirm that they respond very well to a tune. You can get 280 to 290 horsepower pretty easily with just a remap. The electric motor can be de-restricted to give an additional 50 horsepower in GTE mode. So that's full power, the same as E mode. And the TSI engine can be tuned 20 to 30 horsepower. So overall, this will give you a gain of about 80 horsepower. And yeah, that would give you 280 to 290 horsepower and about 500 Newton meters of torque. Now, the whole story I've been telling you about all these points, what to look out for, I've said to you at the beginning, this is applicable to the Golf GTE, the Passat GTE, and the Audi A3 E-Tron. These cars seem like they're different in a lot of ways, but the whole drivetrain is the same. The Passat has a bit larger battery, but the typical range is about the same as the Golf. It's a heavier car, so keep that in mind. So I hope this was useful and informative. If this video was helpful, please like and consider subscribing. If you have any more questions regarding this subject, leave a comment down below. I'll do my best to answer as soon as possible, and I will see you in the future, guys. Thanks.